Why do people have a hard time completing New Year's resolutions? Why do people say they will complete a task later, but later never comes? Why do people avoid projects by doing pointless tasks or unwanted tasks? Motivation and procrastination can be a daily struggle. By understanding the science behind them, the better chance people have to find the motivation and overcome procrastination. Procrastination is a voluntary delay of an intended action despite the knowledge that this delay may harm the individual in terms of the task performance or even just how the individual feels about the task or themselves. Behavior is driven by three main contributors. First, social incentives, meaning what is generally accepted by the majority. Second, immediate reward, meaning the positive things resulting from a behavior. And third, progress monitoring, or knowing how they are doing compared to others. 1 in 5 people report that they are chronic procrastinators and report a decrease in their quality of day-to-day life because of it. The brain likes to take the path of least resistance. It is always looking for immediate rewards and sends signals for immediate mood repair to stay feeling good. This is why people will seek out quick solutions and immediate gratification while avoiding the tough tasks. This is good for determining what is right and wrong, unless discomfort is needed to achieve long-term goals. In academia, people will put off doing homework until they absolutely have to, or avoid studying for that big test even though they know it will benefit them. Sometimes it comes down to mindset. The brain will go as far as sending out pain signals when you begin to think about doing homework or tough tasks. It hurts to think about doing these tasks. Procrastination is a habit, meaning there is a behavior, a trigger, and a reward. By changing the behavior or trigger or reward, we can change the habit. When dealing with procrastination, once again, be careful with the illusion effect. The brain will try and trick you into avoiding the task. For example, if there's a big project that you need to work on and the pain signals are being sent out to avoid the task, you may tell yourself that you will do it later, or you will do it tomorrow when you are feeling more up to working on the project. Once you tell yourself that you will do it later, the brain stops sending the pain signals. This makes you feel better without actually working on the project. Interestingly enough, once a task is started, the brain will stop sending pain signals as well. Focusing on doing the first step in a task or focusing on starting a task will help overcome procrastination. If instead of starting a task, you decide to make a list of what needs to be done, then you feel like you accomplished something even though you avoided working on the project. Putting things in a list, reading self-help books, or watching how-to-do videos all give the illusion of confidence and accomplishment. Lists, self-help books, and how-to videos are not bad, but do not confuse them for working on a task or being competent in a skill. This comes with practice and repetition. Watching multiple videos on how to do parkour does not make you an expert in parkour, and caution should be taken before trying to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Just as the brain creates the illusion of knowing how to do parkour, it creates an illusion of working on the project. You can even deceive yourself into avoiding tasks by coming up with excuses and justifying why it is not a good idea to complete the task. Think about people who want to exercise and get fit. Some excuses are being tired, having a busy or hard day, needing to accomplish something else or not having the time, not feeling motivated, not having the right equipment, not going to be fun, don't want to do it alone, or don't want to do it with certain people, and not going to stick with it, so why even try? The brain is good at justifying why it should or should not complete a task in order to take the easy path. The brain is avoiding the perceived emotions of stress or other negative emotions that come along with the task. This is called task aversiveness. In reality, by avoiding exercise or the task at hand, we are causing stress and other negative emotions down the road. By telling yourself that you will do it later, you are rewarding the brain in the moment, and most likely will go through the same feelings and justification when faced with the task again. One motivating factor to overcome procrastination is to know your why. Remind yourself why you set out to accomplish your goal. Acknowledge that you want to complete the hard task in order to fulfill a bigger reward than the immediate gratification of taking the easy way out. Next, take a moment and appreciate yourself for working on completing your goal. Intrinsic motivation, or motivation that comes from within, is one of the best motivators. Remind yourself of the reason you set out to accomplish the task, and think about the rewards for accomplishing your goal. Another strategy to use when you feel like procrastinating is to name the emotion or what you're feeling. Tell yourself you are procrastinating because the task is hard, procrastinating because you do not know the material. By naming the emotion, you can give yourself a reason to keep going despite things being tough. For example, I may not know the material, but I took good notes and I think I can figure it out by studying. Or I want to learn the stuff on the science test because I want to be a doctor when I get older. Motivate yourself by identifying that you are procrastinating and give yourself a better reason to complete the task at hand. Taking it one step further, reward yourself for completing the task. If you are procrastinating doing homework, once you complete your homework, reward yourself by doing a favorite activity. The more practice overcoming procrastination, the easier it will be. You are replacing a habit of procrastination with a habit of persistence and resilience. Besides thinking of your why, naming emotions, and rewarding yourself, have a plan when wanting to complete a task. Scheduling a time to work on a task can minimize the feeling of not wanting to complete a task. Planning ahead and having the supplies needed to complete the task will minimize distractions. Further minimize distractions by having a clean workspace and make pre-decisions. Pre-decisions are decisions that you have made before beginning the task. These can be in the form of, if I feel blank, then I will blank. Be aware of cyber slacking. Cyber slacking is being distracted by the internet and social media. A phone keeps this distraction close by. Cyber slacking can be an especially slippery slope because every new article, post, or alert looked at gives the brain a hit of dopamine. Dopamine is a feel-good hormone that rewards the brain for tasks that it likes. We like something or find a task appealing because dopamine tells the brain that we like it and want more of it. Although having a plan helps, the brain is not good at predicting future emotions, nor is it good at planning the amount of time to complete a task. Schedule more time to complete a task than anticipated. Do not get overwhelmed when a plan or task is taking more time than usual. Prepare for these things when developing a plan to combat these feelings. The more you can plan ahead and prepare, the better opportunity there is to stay focused on the task. Consultant and author Peter Sage states the environment trumps willpower. It does not matter how much willpower a person has. 9 out of 10 times, the environment will overcome a person's will. Take advantage of this by engineering your environment to work for you. If your goal is to be more positive, surround yourself with positive people. Sometimes a little willpower or a lot of willpower is needed to motivate yourself to overcome procrastination. If your goal is to finish your homework every night, surround yourself with people that are going to support you in your effort. Over time, the law of conformity takes effect, and you will accept the values and behavior of the people around you. The people around you will impact you even more when your willpower is low. Roy Baumeister from Florida State University states that willpower is limited. When people are highly motivated, it takes little willpower to complete the task. When people are tired or are in environments that do not align with their goals, then it takes more willpower to complete a task. When planning ahead, be strategic in your planning by trying to accomplish tough tasks early on when you have more willpower. Surround yourself by certain people may boost or diminish your willpower. Sleep and glucose levels can also have an impact on willpower. When willpower is low, try to visualize the benefits of making a good decision. Low willpower is not an excuse for poor decisions. Even people in a state of low willpower can act appropriately or muster the willpower to make the right decision. Self-regulation is a muscle. The more you make the effort or make good choices, the easier it will be. To make the decision even easier, engineer your environment. Surround yourself with people that will motivate you and help make overcoming procrastination easier. The human nervous system is hardwired for comfort. The soul is hardwired for growth. These two factors are in constant struggle in our lives. We have to find a way to live in a balance between the two. Sometimes we have the willpower and motivation to start and complete tasks that help us achieve our goals. Some days are harder than others. Humans are hardwired to be more drawn to positive information. Focus on your positive accomplishments and reflect on how far you've come. Sometimes the goal is not perfection, but getting 1% better each day. Be kind yet firm with yourself. Engineer your environment to support your study habits and goals. Plan ahead and recognize when you are procrastinating in order to implement a strategy to overcome procrastination. Be willing to forgive yourself when you mess up. Remember your reason why and practice self-regulation, and the more willpower and motivation you will have to overcome procrastination and achieve your goals.